Hi there, hope you have a fantastic day today. This lesson I'm going to teach you how to work out different time. Of course, there is a PDF file on the description below for you to download if you like. Otherwise, let's go straight into it. Jessica's live in Sydney and she's flying to Tokyo to watch Olympics games live. The flight departs at 8:30 p.m. Tuesday and it takes 8 hours and 30 minutes to fly from Sydney to Tokyo. What is the time and day Jessica arrives at Tokyo? So to do this, first of all, we need to draw a timeline first to work out the time difference, and then we work out Tokyo time from there. So first of all, we know that in Sydney, it is 10 hours ahead of Coordinate Universal Time, whereas in Tokyo, it's 9 hours ahead of the Coordinate Universal Time. So in another word, Sydney is 1 hour ahead of Tokyo time. So let me draw a timeline first. So this means that Sydney is in the east, so which is Sydney here. And then this is Tokyo. So therefore, it's 1 hour difference because Sydney is plus 10 and then Tokyo is plus 9. So the difference is 1 hour. And we know the flight is departs at 8:30 p.m. Tuesday. So therefore, that is Sydney time. So that is Sydney time is 8:30 p.m. Tuesday. But then, because when the flight is depart in Sydney, so therefore the Tokyo time would be 1 hour behind. So that will be 7:30 p.m. And we know that the flight is takes 8.5 hours. So then we just start from Tokyo time and we add 8.5 hours. So the way to do this is I can just quickly draw a timeline. Okay. So we start another timeline. So this is Tokyo, 7:30 p.m. And we add 8.5 hours because the flight takes 8.5 hours to fly. Now we're just going to add to 12:30 first. Easier. Okay. So we go 7, we go 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we add 5 hours. So if we add 5 hours, then that will be 12:30 a.m. So that is 5 hours later. But then we need to add another 3 hours. So that will give me 8 hours, right? So if it add 3 hours, this one will give me 3:30 a.m. Then we need to add another 30 minutes. So this will give me 4 a.m. So that is when Jessica arrived at Tokyo. So therefore, Jessica arrives at 4 a.m. Now 4 a.m. will be next day, okay? So instead of Tuesday, it is Wednesday. There you go. Now, please pause the video and try this one yourself. Hi, I'm back. How did you go? So before I go through this one with you, please don't forget to give me a thumb up and subscribe if you haven't done so you can help me to grow my channel. So let's go straight into this. So first of all, we know that Melbourne is 11 hours ahead of Coordinate Universal Time. And whereas Honolulu is 10 hours behind Universal Time. And we know that Honolulu is 10 hours behind Coordinate Universal Time. So let me just draw a timeline first. Always draw timelines, okay? And we know that Melbourne is east of Honolulu. So which is Melbourne here. And universal time is here 0, and this is Honolulu. So the hours for Melbourne is plus 11, and then for Honolulu is minus 10 hours. So therefore, the time difference is 21 hours because 11 plus 10, so 21 hours difference, okay? So from here to here is 21 hours difference. There you go. So now we need to work out the time in Honolulu when the plane departs, okay? So let's say the time in Melbourne is 7 p.m. Tuesday. So this means that we need to go back 21 hours. So remember, when we're working with time, we can do it 12-hour block or 24-hour blocks. It's easier, okay? And then we go backward or forward, depend the nature of the questions, okay? In this case, let me draw the different timeline first. So we know that when it's 11 p.m. in Melbourne, so we need to go back 21 hours. So the easiest way is we go back all the way to 24 hours. So this means that if we go back to 7 p.m. Monday, because we're going to go back 24 hours, the whole day, okay? So this one here, it will give me 7 p.m. But then we need to go forward another 3 hours because we're going back 3 hours extra. So therefore, we're going forward 3 hours. So that will give me 10 p.m. Monday. So this is plus 3. So 10 p.m. Monday. So this means that when 7 p.m. in Melbourne, so therefore the time in Honolulu will be 10 p.m. Monday. So now which is at the flying time. So let me draw one more time on the timeline. So this is Honolulu, so which is 10 p.m. Monday. And then we add flying time, which is 9 hours later. So what we do, we can go all the way to 12 hours. So if we add 12, so that will give me 10 a.m. That is Tuesday, because going forward to next day now. So Tuesday. But then we only meant to go forward 9 hours. But now this time I go forward 12 hours. So I need to go back 3 hours. So if we come back to 3 hours, so minus 3 hours. So that will give me 7 a.m. Tuesday. That will do. So you go therefore, this is the answer. So you go therefore 7 a.m. Tuesday in There you go. I hope you got it correct. Now, please pause the video and try this one yourself. Hi there, I'm back. How did you go? So let me go through it with you to see whether you got it correct or not. So first of all, we know that Brisbane is 4.5 hours ahead of New Delhi. So let me just draw the timeline for this first. So this means that Brisbane is here. And then this is New Delhi. So the time difference is 4.5 hours. And we know that the plane left Delhi at 11:30 a.m. So let me just write this down. 11:30 a.m. So therefore, when the plane start fly, So the time in Brisbane will be at 4.5 hours on top. So 11:30 we add 4.5 hours. So therefore 11:30 add another 30 minutes. So 12 noon. So we add another 4 hours. So 4 p.m. in Brisbane. So when 4 p.m. in Brisbane, that is when the plane departs from New Delhi. So let me just draw another timeline. So this is Brisbane. This is 4 p.m. So 4 p.m. in Brisbane. That is when the flight starts to depart. We know that it's arrived at Brisbane. So that is arrived in Brisbane at 9 a.m. next day. Now we just need to work out the time that the plane depart and arrived in Sydney. Okay. So 4 p.m. So if we add 4 a.m. that is next day. So we add 12 hours. Then to get 9 a.m. we add another 5 hours. So therefore altogether is 17 hours. So we know that 17 hours. But then we know that John stopped in Singapore for 3 hours. So therefore we need to minus that because his flight is stopped at Singapore for 3 hours. So we minus 3 hours. So this is 14 hours. So therefore the flying times is 14 hours. Let me just write this down. So therefore the flying time is 14 hours. There you go. I hope you got it correct. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.